This is a page kit that I had put together for Calvin Ball. So that was like a year and a half ago. and I went through all the page kits that I have left, and I had 13 of them. And that to me was just too much before I do another, go into my stash and try to make some more page kits. And I'm going to try and bring it down to 5, and then I'm going to do videos about putting, a page kit together, page kits together, and I'm going to try and do, I don't know, maybe, I love doing that. I think that's probably one of my favorite things to do is putting together page kits. It's so relaxing, and I find when you're not in the mood to, scrapbook, and you've kind of organized as much as you can, and you just feel like like playing with paper and stuff, but you just don't know what you want to do as a layout, that is the perfect thing to do. And then you have all these page kits together, and then when you feel like scrapbooking and you only have, half an hour, 40 minutes, then you can just go into it and just do the page and everything's all there. So this I put together about a year and a half ago. So I have all these embellishments, and I have to say this is Dear Lizzie Polka Dot Party, and that's all there was in it, was those 2 pattern papers. And I thought, well, I think I'd like to have a little bit more layers. So I didn't know what pattern paper this was in, because of course they don't write it when it's a big paper pad. But the first one I grabbed out, it's absolutely from this paper pad. So then I went through that, and of course everything coordinates. I had a whole bunch of pictures. I brought it down to 2, and then I brought in a few more pattern papers. And I don't know if you can tell on the video there, but the way the picture it took, it's just getting to be nighttime, and it really looks like it's got purple and blues in the photos. And my daughter's wearing a purple and blue jacket. And here's Josh. This is how long this was taken. He was about 6 years old there. He's so little. But unfortunately, I'm going to cut him out. I got tons of pictures, but I'll still keep it in case I want to put it, maybe even on this layout, just a little, cut it down and stuff, and maybe put on pop dots. But so it's got some purples and blues. So I thought I didn't like this, so that didn't go with the picture. So I took that out, and then I went into that paper pad. I really loved this, and I really love this is the strip that you can take off, but I really love that. And then I saw this in there, so I thought I might use that. Then this was a cut apart. I thought that'd be awesome. And what I liked is in here there's peaches, but even in some of the colors it really looks like a peach, like the way the reflections are. So I thought, peach and purple, it's not often that you can do that for a fire layout, but for some reason it really works. Now, a lot of these embellishments that I had put in here were the yellow, so I probably won't use those, but there's all kinds of blue and purple in here too. So that's what I do when I make a page kit, is I put lots of possibilities, and then when I do the layout, then I can switch it up. So I can go into my stash and grab some, if I can find any, because purple is a really hard color to find anything for. But if I can find some purplish or some blue, even dark blue, navy would be okay. And then this one reminded me of the moon. So I thought it'd be cool to cut strips and maybe put at the top and the bottom. And then again with the purple and the peach. So first of all, how my design is going to be determined, I guess, is how I cut the photos. So a lot of times I have no ideas in mind, but once I start playing with a photo, then that's what kind of determines how the layout's going to go. Now I put my Caterpillar Pro next to me because I felt like it wasn't getting any loving, like I wasn't using it because I was using my Caterpillar Crop all the time, which the main reason I got the Caterpillar Crop was, you know, to bring it to crops and stuff. So I'm going to try and use my Caterpillar Pro, but sometimes I'll drag it in so you can see it, but a lot of times I won't. So I just cut off the strip. That's what you heard. I got my huge cup of coffee. I don't know if I can show it, but I got that at Marshall's. It was like $6.99. And it's full of cameras on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's full of cameras. I absolutely love it. It says, "Oh, snap" on it. I wish I could cut them out and use them on, you know, on my layouts. It would be awesome. But then my coffee mug would be ruined. Good coffee in the morning. Gotta love it. Okay, so like I said, let's start with the pictures because I have no idea how the layout's going to go until I've determined that. So I know this is a story I want to tell about Caitlin, which is my middle child, which is the layout that I did a layout about her yesterday. And she's quite a funny kid, that one. I wish I was half as determined as that child. So this one here, I don't know if you can tell. This picture, the tree's all gone. But we had gone for a walk, and we had found a Christmas tree that somebody had just dumped on the side of the road. You know, this was in the spring. And so it was quite far down the road. And Caitlin, we knew we were going to do a bonfire that night. And Caitlin drug that tree all the way home. She wouldn't accept any help. Like, she had to do it. She had to bring the tree home. She even named the tree Charlie. So I want to do the story, or that story. Now, I don't know if I want to do... I cut this down so it's smaller, but I don't know if I want to cut this down to the same size, but that's going to cut. I don't mind the bottom so much. I don't want to cut the top because it's got that purplish look again. So, but for me to cut, like, it would be half the bonfire would be gone, or I can leave it like this and then use this part for my journaling. So this is what I mean by the pictures decide how the layout's gonna end up, because depending on how I cut the pictures, then it determines how I'm going to start doing my clusters. So this works out perfect. It does leave a little bit all the way around, and then I think I'm going to cut it down a little bit though, because see how there's more of a side here than here. Yes, I could push it this way, but then it's still like it's not the same all the way around. So I think I'm going to cut it down a tiny bit, and then I can make the margins around about the same all the way around. And then I can use this if I want to as a journaling spot. I really like this too. I almost wish those two would have been together, but it's too small anyway. Okay. So we'll keep going, and then maybe this can fit, because I don't want to put stripes with stripes like right away. I just don't like the look of that. But that I can put my trimmer away. And I can bring my pattern paper, and I really like that because it looks like I've already misted it, which I didn't. That's just the look. Okay, so I know that that's going to be sort of the base. So from there, now I'm going to decide, you know, how I'm going to cut my layers and end up getting this page together. Now I said that I want to cut those apart and kind of put them as at the top and the bottom of the layout. Now I have to say the difference between this one and this Caterpillar Crop and the Caterpillar Pro is the lights is not as bright. The other one is way brighter, and even with my lights that I have up here, I can see through it. This one, I can barely see through it. I still can, but it's barely. It's not as much. I have to take like double takes and stuff. Okay. So like I said, this for some reason reminded me of the moon. I'm gonna put one at the top, one at the bottom. Now I know I want to maybe somehow use this on the layout, because that's a big embellishment. So I gotta decide right, you know, super early when I'm gonna be using that. Now I like those. Those were the bottom of, or the strip of a pattern paper. There's two of them. And I can use them on the layout too. These are all yellow, so we'll put them to the side. The glasses coordinate. I have this, I have that, I have this. Okay. So I've already used this, so I can put this to the side. I can use those. Okay, so do I want, I don't know if I want that or not. I like this, but then it'll be like purple on purple, so you won't see it. But then even if I do this, it's still peach on peach, like those two. So I could do that over top, so then you have peach, purple, peach. I could do that, because then it'll be peach purple. That's quite a bit of layers. And then I gotta figure out some, I got this too. I gotta figure out some embellishments. And the main thing is I gotta find some that I can use as my base to start my embellishment cluster. So I'm just gonna stop and I'm gonna go look for that. Okay, I went to my stash and grabbed a whole bunch of labels. These are digital prints that I just got them printed at our local Staples. They're Studio Calico digital files. When I was a member of Studio Calico, you could buy digital files, and I bought a whole bunch. And then I grabbed a few just sticky labels. These are, I don't know what collection. This one's Bella Boulevard. That's My Mind's Eye. And this all came in one kit, and I can't remember what it was. I think maybe My Mind's Eye, but I'm not for sure. So there's a few peaches on there. Then I found this Kaisercraft journaling tags, and it's got some blue with the purple, which is awesome, but I already have something about dreams. So probably won't use that, but I just thought I'd take it out and see if I can just use part of it and use it as an embellishment cluster starter. So I have that. So now I got to figure out these layers, or whether I have enough layers. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start cutting, and then we will see. That's usually how I get my layers done anyway. I don't usually plan too much. I just start cutting, and then go from there. I have leftovers too, so if this doesn't totally work out, then I can always cut stuff down and use another part. Okay, so let's see, does this fit? Yes. And then I wonder if see, I don't like that it's basically tone on tone there. So make it smaller. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. I think I'm going to cut off a little bit on this side. Okay, let's start gluing some stuff down here. Too many layers to move around. Go. Okay. I'd like to try to put the same amount on this side too. They're almost done fixing our road. They're just about done, but there's still, once in a while, big trucks that go by. And if you hear scurrying around, that's Lola, but she's pretty quiet today. Like really quiet. Usually she's boogieing. But today she's pretty quiet. Excuse me. Okay. Do I just want to put it like this? Or do I find kind of that kind of blah? And just do this. I find that's too big. What? Losing my voice again. Okay. Like that. I don't know if I just like it this way. I like the way it really pops up against the background. Like maybe maybe I can cut that down too, because it's kind of using too much this way. But if I cut it down, I think that's what I'm going to do. Cut it down a little bit. Maybe a bit more. Okay. Now, I need some of those journaling tags. Oh, unless I was going to say I like that, but I don't like the frilly part. But I could cut that off. Yeah, I think I will. I'll take a couple out. I'm not really sure what color I want. And then I'll just cut it down. So I can make, or I could even use like a punch and punch a shape out. Let me go get a punch. This is pretty big. Should I? I like the little butterflies for some reason. Okay. Let's see what else they have. Kind of cool too. So I can start an embellishment cluster here, then up here, and then let's cut this out, punch this out. That's pretty. So yeah, so while I'm playing with some stuff here, just talk about what's going on. I've been part-time now since, well, my full-time rotation ended on June 28th. Yeah, so a month and a half. I have to say it doesn't feel like a month and a half because there's just been so much going on, but I'm starting to feel better. It's taken a bit of time not to feel exhausted anymore. I've worked 5 shifts since then. 5, yeah. And now I don't work till the end of September, so which will be good. I am going in on September 6th, but it's to help in class, like to teach the new ones, so that'll be fun. I think I'll enjoy that a lot. That's Distress Ink Tea Dye. So yeah, I think I'll like that a lot. It is so hot in my craft room. Ay, ay, ay. Which is good for Lola, but for me, which I love heat. If you know me at all, you know that I love heat, but whew, normally I have my fan on, but it makes so much noise that I can't do it if I'm doing a scrap and chat. Okay, so we'll ink the edges, see how that turns out. So yeah, so what else has been going on? A couple weeks ago, I had to go home for a day because my mom's brother passed away, so I went to the funeral, and so that was sad. And his funeral was where my dad was buried, so I went to my dad's tombstone. And on the way to his tombstone, we saw the boys in red, the 6 basketball players that got killed in 2008. And oh, that was sad. That really bothered me. So we drove there in the morning, and then we came home that night because we were both working the next day. So like I said, you know, here I am part-time, almost never working, and I was working the day before, and I was working the day after. So I was actually working the day of, but I got a bereavement day to go to my uncle's funeral. So, and then my cousin, which is the same age as I am, where I grew up, this is a fun fact, where I grew up, it was a really, small place, and it was all family. Like, now when I go down, to my mom and I see that road, I'm like, there's so many people that I have no idea who they are. Like, no idea. But when we were growing up, like, let's say if we lived here, then right across the street was my mom's sister. Then next to her was my mom's brother, and then next to them was my other mom's brother. Then when you went down the road a little bit, you had 2 more brothers, and then you went down a little bit more, and then you had another brother, and then you had my dad's brother, and like it was, and then my other dad's brother. Like it was all like family that lived down the road, which meant you couldn't get away with too much too, right? Because you always had like an aunt that was like seeing everything, right? But my friends, when I grew up, was my cousins. Like, that's just how we grew up. It was, all my friends were my cousins, and it was awesome, I don't get to go home very often anymore just because of the job that I had. We worked a lot of weekends. So, and now that I'm not working as much, Josh, who graduated in June, he got a full-time job about a week after he finished high school for the summer. He got a full-time job, and he works every single weekend, so we still can't go anywhere. But it's good because he's saving for next year's college. He's going to college next year. So he's doing 2 years of college. This year he's doing art visual, and then next year he's doing gaming design. So it's going to be digital art, gaming design, and then he thinks he's going to go to a university that's about 25 minutes away and take computer science. So he's got about 6 years of college and university, and he's trying to do it so that he's paying, he's going to be able to pay for it cash for it all, because he'll be able to stay home for all of it. Just 25 minutes. It takes us about 20, maybe it's between 25 and 30, but it takes us about 22 minutes to get to Moncton, so it's not that much more. And if you can save you know, that fee of paying for residence and all that, so which will be cool for him. So this year he's saving, his college is paid for this year, so he's got to save now for next year, which he's putting a nice little dent this summer, because like I said, he's working full time, so he's doing good. And then Katie moved back home, which you know that because you know that now I have a little bearded dragon as my scrapping pal in my room. So she moved back 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. This is the third week, I think. And she's having her surgery on Monday, so I'm glad I'm off. I'm glad I'm off, so I'll be home with her. And I've had a few people ask me if I was still planning to do the scrap class. Yes, I'm working on it, but I got distracted. Imagine that. Last week I did a few pages with circles, and I had so much fun that I had all these ideas pop into my head to do with circles. So I'm going to do a class with circles, and I jotted down over 10 ideas, probably closer to 15 ideas of things that I could do with circles. So, you know, different layouts that I could do with circles. So I'm such like rabbit trails, right? Like, oh, this is what inspires me right now is, you know, and I got to go with it. So that's what I'm working on right now is circles. And, but the other class is underway too. So I'm just working on both. So that should be fun. I'm really excited about it. I just had so much fun with those few pages that I did with the circles. It was so fun. And I love the pages, absolutely love them. So I'm looking forward to, you know, doing a whole bunch using circles. So I love this, that it kind of finishes the top and the bottom here. Really, you know, kind of zones it in. I really like that. I've been trying to use this forever. So it'll be good that I can use it. And so yeah, so Josh is also doing his driver's ed class. So he's got, he did one yesterday, which yesterday he did the whole parallel parking thing, and he did good, apparently the guy told us, and he did too. And then next week he's got another hour, and then the week after he's got 2 hours, and then the week after that he's doing his tests. So hopefully he'll get it done in one shot, and then it'll make it so much easier too for, you know, college and stuff. So if which most of the time he'll go in with my husband anyway, but because his college is literally down the street from my husband's work. It couldn't have been any better. But it's always nice that they have their license, right? Okay. Add a little bit of ink, not too much, to all of this. So what have I been up to? Well, for a bit there, I couldn't do too much because of that hernia that was really bugging me. It's because I had a flare-up, apparently, or that's when, I guess that's when it really showed its ugly face, I guess. And so I had to basically do nothing so that it would, it's not gone. I'm going to need surgery, but just so that it doesn't hurt anymore. But I can't exercise. And you know when you can't do something, that's when you want to do it the most. Which I had said that, you know, once I was going to be off work, I was going to start exercising, which I didn't even have a chance because I was done on, I finished on June 20th, but then I had my son's graduation and all this stuff, and I had a bunch of people here and all this stuff. So, but this started on July 5th. So, hello. I'm unable to do anything, which relief. But anyway, it'll all work out. So I've been scrapping because I did my July video a day, which that was 31 videos, and I did it, which I was super happy with. And actually I did a video a day. I think it was August 5th by the time I wasn't uploading a video a day. So I did even beyond July 31st. So I did quite a few videos. And then I've been reading a bunch. I read 10 books in July. Now August, today we are August 10th. And I have 5 books read right now. And they're not all like itty bitty books, like they're not all 200-page books. There's a couple of those that are over 400. And a couple that are 300. And then the other one's close to 400. So I just read every day, and as soon as I finish a book, I start another one. So as soon as I put one down, if you follow me on Goodreads, you know that as soon as, even if I don't read any pages that night, I choose the book right away, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to read this. And I make sure that I go on to the next page. Oh, and I've, anyway, I'll finish talking about the books, but, so I've read a ton of good books. Some of the series I've read lately, I've read a whole bunch by Mindy McGinnis. I think did I read all her books? I don't know if I've read all her books that she's published, but I've read The Female of the Species. I've read in the last month, I've read Not a Drop to Drink, and A Handful of Dust, and A Madness So Discreet, which A Madness So Discreet is a historical thriller, which was really good. I liked it. At first I didn't know how I felt about it, but then I got into it and I really liked it. And then I'm loving Jenny Han. I've read 2 of her series. I'm on the last book of her second series, which the first one is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. And then that was a trilogy, and I've read all 3 books. And right now I'm reading the Summer trilogy, which is The Summer I Turned Pretty. And so I'm on the last book, We'll Always Have Summer. I'm about 70 pages in, almost 70 pages in. So I'm liking that. So I'm thinking I'm going to finish that either today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. And so what I do is I do a page and then I go and I sit on my deck because we've had a heat wave, like a heat wave lately, and so I've enjoyed going on the deck and reading while it's so warm and so beautiful. And another thing I've been up to is, I know I just posted a video of my scrap room in July, and already, man alive, I mean, the basics is there, but I've changed quite a bit. First, I've brought in Lola, the bearded dragon in here, which that took up a big spot in my room. So I've had to move my punches, which I kind of like where they are. So I'm happy with that. And Lola's happy. I've changed where my 6x6 pattern papers are. I've changed where I've bought another thing of washi that you pull out. What are they called? Craft stack. So I bought another one of those. So most of my washi is in one of those now. I think I have one container left that's not in one of those. So that really cleared that up, which I liked. What else did I change? I changed some pattern papers where they were, like just a whole bunch of stuff like already. And I knew that was going to happen because I'm not done unpacking. So as I'm unpacking stuff, things have to move, which I knew that was going to happen, but I'd been promising a tour for so long that I didn't want to put it off anymore. So most of it is the same, but I did change some stuff. I don't know if I like that or not. Leave it there for now. I like those glasses because it's like you gotta wear shades, you know, because it was so bright, even though it was night. It was quite the bonfire. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's still snow. So it was early spring. Okay. Now I could probably use some. I'm going to try to put this somewhere. Fave. I don't know if I like that. I'm going to take that off. I think I like something here because it kind of ends. I don't like that. This is so big. Maybe if I put it like that. Maybe. So yeah. It's been a good couple good reading months because some of it I couldn't do much. So I think I'm going to put some foam tape in behind. Somebody asked me where I got this. It's 3M foam tape, and it was on Amazon. The last time I got it. The first time I got it was it on? I think you can get it at Simon Says Stamp, but it's really, you know, it's expensive. So if you go on Amazon and you just keep watching, you can get it as a good deal. Which, that reminds me, I know I have a second roll, a brand new roll, and I still haven't unpacked it. So it must be, it is in one of the boxes. But and it's funny because every time I go, I haven't unpacked that yet. And then the next box is where I find whatever I'm looking for or wondering about. And, you know, my husband says, how can you even notice that there's something missing? It's like, I don't know, but I do. I do notice that when there's stuff missing. almost for the same reason, I want to put something up there. So I might take this off and then just do it around the photo. I think I will do that. I think. I might cover that label right up. That's okay. I don't think I want to try to take it off. Too much work, and it'll probably rip. And okay, so like that. Now I just gotta find some little 3D embellishments. So that can be enamel dots. So I'm going to be looking for peach. It's kind of a peachy pink. If I can find peachier ones. Oh, right there. Peach and purple, which I don't get to use purple a lot. So that'd be awesome. I got one purple, one lonely purple. Okay. And even navy, because navy can kind of read as purple if you put it up against purple. But if I can find purple ones, it would be awesome. There's those, but it's really a different tone. Okay, so there's none in here. In here, I have the ones that I'm trying to sort of use up. You know, that I've already opened them, and I'm trying to use them up before I go in the other one. Now, I'm not saying the other one is all new ones, but I had to I have my cord in here, and I have this. Okay. It's not, oh, another purple, yay. It's not all new ones, but I couldn't fit them all in, couldn't fit them all in that small one, so that's the reason that there's some in here and some over there. So I always look in the other one first to try to finish them off, and then I'll look in here. There's dark blue there, so I'll take those out. I'd like to find, well, I have 4 purples up to now, which is not ideal, but I can make it work. These are purplish. Ooh. Oh, wrong purple. So most of my brads actually are, not brads, enamel dots are open and, you know, getting kind of used up. Ooh, peach. Yay. Okay. I think, oh, more peach. Okay. See, purplish is not a color that we use a lot in scrapbooking. So that one, we don't need the green. Don't need the silver. Okay. There we go. I'll just put that because it's a little hard to get back in. Okay. Oh, how about if I look for puffy stickers too? I could look for puffy stickers because a lot of my embellishments were yellow, and I don't want to go with yellow. I decided to go with peach instead. So I got my puffy stickers right here in this little, that's navy, navy-ish purple. So that's going to add a different kind of texture. If I can find some. That's kind of, no, that's more yellow. Yellow. Some of them I don't have a lot left. And a lot of them are pretty full. It's a nice color. Got those in the States. I love them. They were like $1. I bought everything that was left. I think there was 5 packages left and I bought them all. So I love little hearts. I like that star. I love that. I'm just going to take everything out that kind of goes, and then I'll decide what I'll use. Okay, so that's that. That's the puffy stickers. Okay, let's see what I can add. This is Amy Tangerine. It says with love. So I don't know what collection that was in. It says enjoy it. I'll put it there. I don't know if I can use the word lucky. It's cute. Okay. Excuse me. Keep it to the side. It's more pink, I think. Some peachy hearts there too. Jeez, I thought I had way more there than I thought. I have this little heart. Okay. Now, as far as TV shows, what have I been watching? I've caught up on Suits, so I'm caught up on that. I haven't watched the new season. I just wait until it goes on Netflix, and it's just so much easier to watch. And now I'm trying to catch up on Bones. So I'm watching that a little bit. I'm started watching Friends again. Oh, I've been watching a lot of videos, like on YouTube videos, like best moments of Friends and all that stuff. And I was like, I should just watch that from the beginning. I absolutely loved Friends. We watched it from the beginning, like when it was out, you know, when they were airing it, and we loved it. It was like Thursday night was Friends night, you know. And so it's kind of fun to to watch the episodes. I just started that yesterday, so I think I watched 2 or 3 of them, like the very beginning, where Rachel, you know, walks into the coffee shop and says that she doesn't want to get married. Or she ran away from her wedding. So yeah, so really totally the beginning, which I'm loving. Okay. And what else have I been watching? I finished the season of Colony, so I'm caught up with that. I'm caught up with The 100. I think when I don't feel like watching comedy, I think once I'm done Bones, I'm going to catch up on Bloodlines, because I haven't watched that in a bit. So I'm a season behind on that. So I need to watch that. So I love watching stuff on Netflix. Little heart, it's so cute. So I think for the title, I'm just gonna put what she had called the tree Charlie right there. What color? Probably white, just to bring in some more of the white. So let me go get some white alphas. I've been using a lot of just tiny alphas for my titles, which I'm enjoying. Which is, oh, I'll have to go look for another one. I like to put my title with one of the clusters. Let me see. Okay, so I'll just Charlie. There. Okay. Like I said, we've had such an amazing summer. Like, it's so nice out. And this is the first summer in, I'd say 10 years, if not more, probably more, that we haven't gone on vacation anywhere. We're just sticking it out at home. This is the first summer, but that's okay. We're going to try and go somewhere maybe in May of next year. So I'm going to try Charlie. But it's kind of weird that not to go anywhere. It's sticking to my nail. There. So now I just got to figure out what year that was. That was a long time ago. I'd say that was like 2006, 2007. Because Katie's super little, and like I said, Josh looks like he's about 6. And I don't need to put any sprays because the background is full of sprays. I think I'm happy with this. I'm just going to document the story. And, oh, I got to put one of those over here. Where are those little there they are. So hard to tell what color they are unless you, there. I need a purple one over here. There. And I need a peach one over here. Okay. Come on. All right. Well, that's it. What a mess. But that's going to be it. I'm just going to do the journaling for that. I just added quite, a few embellishments. I'm talking about the sight of the stars makes me dream. I love that it has some blue and purples. Like, you can really see the purple in there, and then you can see the peach, and it really, where you wouldn't think that purple and peach would go for a bonfire. That actually works. I might put Charlie Bonfire, actually. That might be. And then it just makes the title a little bigger. And then after this, I'm going to go plop myself outside. And I'm going to read for half an hour. And then I'm going to scrap some more. I'm going to work on my circle class. It's a lot of fun. Bonfire. My goal is if I could get enough layouts done in advance and have them uploaded so that I'm not scrambling the day of to get a video uploaded. So today's Thursday and this will go up tomorrow, but I'd love to be able to get like next week's done and that kind of stuff so that I'm ahead and not scrambling. Oh, here we go with the eye again. There. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's gonna be it. I'm gonna finish it here. I mean, there's blue here, there's blue here. There's not any blue there except for this. I don't know if I want to try to stick that in there. No. Let's see if I can. Eee! It's ripping. No. I like this. I just don't like the way it fits there. There, I'm going to put that up there, and it's going to bring the blue that's in everything else, blue, purple, and that'll do it. It's just a piece of vellum, and it just finishes that cluster. So there we go. Now, just that little bit just brings in the blue, and then I got some peach, and I got some purplish tags, and that's going to be it. Now that's it. We will talk to you soon. Bye.